Well, joining me now is the psychotherapist, Dr. Leyla Hussein, and Geraldine Yenwo, who's the co-founder of CAM Women and Girls Development Organisation. And thank you both for coming on the show. Now, I have to say, many viewers at home, Geraldine, are going to just say, what on earth is this? Never heard of anything like this that could possibly go on. And Geraldine, just first of all, tell us the reasons behind the perpetrators doing this to these young girls.
The rationale is due to very selfish and greedy reasons. First of all, there is the issue of that if these girls, are let go with the breasts, they become attractive to the male. And so they're trying to suppress them so that they shouldn't be attracted to the men and then get into early, sexual life, have children at home, which becomes a problem to the family because it becomes dishonor and they're not able to get the right price that they want to get for the girl. And this is why they are out to do that.
I mean, Dr. Leyla, when you look at this, you feel like this is where we were maybe 20, 30 years ago when news and stories of FGM was coming out. I mean, how did you come across what was going on here in the UK?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was under our clinic at the Dahlia Project where we see specifically women who have undergone female genital mutilation. It was actually through our assessments for the women who come for therapy, we started seeing women who not just have undergone FGM, but their breasts were removed. And actually just hearing Geraldine, it's exactly the same reason why FGM actually happens. It all comes back to, yet again, about controlling female bodies and control of their sexuality, the idea that we have to constantly make sure these girls are well behaved, and in order to do that, we have to remove body parts to protect them. That's how it's kind of embedded. And I will never forget actually assessing a woman whose genitals were taken away, but also her breasts were taken away so she could be deemed safe from harm from men. So it's actually crazy, even as I say it, when I, just the idea of it. But that's really the reality of why this actually happens most of the time.
I mean, Geraldine, what kind of effect does this have on these girls, not just at the time, but also growing up, becoming women, starting their own families, having girls themselves?
It's such a traumatic effect on them because the name, the ironing itself already gives you an impression on how traumatic it is. And this affects them through their lifelong goals, because what happens is psychologically and emotionally, these girls are not able to fit into the society the way they want to because their self-esteem is brought down, because they're not even able to undress, even in front of their partners, because when you look at what it's done on their breasts, you'll be really, really taken aback because you're like, why on earth would they take such a horrific act just to suppress a woman's breast just for selfish reasons? And this is where our far cry is coming from, that it has to stop. This cannot continue.
Dr. Leyla, what can be done to make sure we can stop this? I
think Geraldine really just explained that. I think we need to recognise as any other form of violence. I think the problem has been we treated these issues as if there's some sort of exotic disease, and we cannot keep doing that. This is violence, is violating, and this is happening to children. I think we must remember that, and our government and our system must treat it as serious as any other form of violence. And that's the way we're going to start seeing any changes. And we would love to encourage the media to talk about this more.
Okay, and Dr. Leyla Hussein and Geraldine Yenwo, really good talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.